People in the United Kingdom are embracing the embrace this morning. As of today, people are allowed to hug again. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson cheered that as part of a major easing of COVID-19 restrictions across most of the UK. They include a relaxing of indoor gathering rules and travel restrictions as well. Tesa Arcilla is in London with the details on what changes today. Good morning, Tesa.
Good morning, Heather. Yes, this is the next phase of that reopening and life sort of going back to normal. The biggest change today is that we are finally allowed again to hug people who are not from the same household after more than a year of being told to stay away from other people. So we have yet to see people hugging in the streets, but I think this is a very welcome change. I think people are looking forward to that. And as you say, indoor activities are back. Indoor dining will be allowed starting from today. I've seen restaurants preparing their indoor dining spaces. Museums, playgrounds, theaters, all of those will be available as well, in sports stadium as well. Now, this will be a change in the kind of gathering indoors. The number of people allowed indoors will be increased to up to groups of 6 or 2 households together. Up to 30 people are allowed to gather, and overnight stays are also now allowed. Now, travel has resumed to 12 green light zones. This is what most people are looking into. Lots of flights today that left to Portugal, one of those countries in the green list. A lot of people, having mixed feelings, to be honest, Heather, about welcoming these changes, but also remaining cautious. Take a listen to some of the reaction from people here.
The worst thing now is to go back and have businesses open again and then closing again. It costs too much to do that every time. So I think we've got to go forward now, but just maybe with caution. So.
It is worrying, yes. It's in the back of my mind, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's another lockdown, quite honestly.
I guess it is the right thing to do, but they need to be very careful of the new variant coming around.
I think it is interesting to see, Heather, that after all this time, one would imagine that people would just be so eager to get back to normal. But I think there is still a lot of caution, especially because of a new variant that originated from India that is finding some ground in the local communities. Heather?
Well, can we talk about that in some detail? Because you're quite right. Even as people are cheering being able to hug and to gather, scientists are reporting this increase in the number of cases of the variant first detected in India. And they're accompanying all of the good news with a warning this morning, Tesa.
That's true, and even coming from ministers and politicians, it is a mixed. There are mixed messages in terms of be careful, but also encouraging people to try to embrace this reopening, partial lifting of restrictions. So yes, this variant has gained a foothold in some areas in England. There have been surge testings, and there have been encouragements for people to go get vaccinated because the data seems to suggest that a lot of the transmission and people getting infected are those that have not yet been vaccinated. A warning from the UK Health Secretary that people who are not vaccinated are more in danger of that. Take a listen to what the London mayor had to say.
So we're keen to make sure, though, that the Indian variant doesn't knock us off course. That's why I'm hoping the government does move to allow younger Londoners in those parts of the city where we're concerned to receive the vaccine sooner.
I think the biggest impact of this, Heather, is that people are just worried that their freedoms will be rolled back again. The last thing people want to see right now is yet another lockdown.